Let's go ahead and tackle the radial slots. So if you look at that from a top view, you'll see that we have two slots. Okay, they are on the same diameter. Okay, and they are on opposite sides. Uh, this counterbore area is at the top, this counterbore area is at the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some additional curves to help machine these slots. Now, as I mentioned, there's different ways to do this as well. What we're going to do is you're going to draw the center line of the slot from the center of this curve to the center of this curve on that angle. Okay. Now you could just pick the perimeters of this slot and just pocket it out. You could do it that way as well, but we're going to show you how to do it because the tool we're going to use is the same diameter as the slot. Okay, if you want to slot with a tool and the slot's the same diameter as the tool, you need to do this method. If you try to do it with pocketing, you'll probably get an error because of tolerances. It won't let you fit a tool that is the exact same size of the pocket that you're trying to cut. So in slotting, that restriction is overcome because we're because this operation is specifically designed for slotting. So let's go ahead and we'll go to an isometric view, and let's go ahead, let's do this from the bottom, be a lot easier. So the first thing I want to do is I want to draw a circle at the center and at the center. So we have a circle through both slots. Now we want to trim up that circle so that we only have the center line of the slot itself. So let's draw some lines. We'll go from this center to that center, this center to that center, this center to that center, this center to there. Okay, so now we've got those and we're going to trim those up. So we're just going to go select all of these and then we're going to trim. Okay, we don't need those anymore. So now you'll see that all we have is the center line spine, we'll call it a spine curve of this slot. So now we can go ahead and do the slotting operation, two-axis slotting, and we'll get rid of those. We don't want those. We're going to select these two spine curves. Okay, so we got two curves selected. Okay, and let's go ahead and make sure we understand the diameter of those slots. Let's go down here and do it from in here. Okay, so that's 375, so 3/8 of an inch wide. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use, I think we have a 3/8 inch flat end mill. And for the cut parameters, a tolerance of 1 thou, 0 stock. Now remember, the tool is the same width of the slot, so if you attempt to give it any stock, then it's not going to, it won't calculate it because you're going exactly that width. So let's go ahead. Well, let me back up and rephrase that. It probably will calculate it, but it will do a step over. We'll just see. We're not going to do it that way, but I'm just talking out loud here. So we're going to do, for the slot parameters, 1 thou tolerance, the slot direction, natural and reversed. That's just the direction of the curve. And we'll go ahead and turn that off. We don't have, this is not really going to apply since we just have one path that we're going back and forth for the slot. So for the cut levels, the location of cut geometry is at the bottom. And for the total cut depth, is 1 1/16 of an inch, and we'll go down quarter, 1.25, eighth of an inch. Okay. For the pocketing entry, we'll just do a path, and we don't need any sorting, and we can apply the entry at each cut level. Let's do that. Okay. So that is not what we wanted, so let's see what's going on there. Let's go to the slot parameters. Okay, that's the problem. Slot width, it was set to 1/2 of an inch. We want it set to 375, 3/8 of an inch. Let's pick generate. Okay, that's a lot better. So let's look at that. So we've got 1/8 inch cut levels. We got ramping going on at each cut level. Let's go ahead and simulate that. Okay, there we go. We got those 2 slots done. Okay, let's go over here and decide what we want to do next.